Here we are.
Okay.
Now we'll
I'm going to
see.
grab cards while we're waiting.
Yeah, I'll get mine ready. Hello, hello.
Just in case.
Hi, Miss Dawn. How are you?
Okay, I'm going to get on here too so I can see everybody. Hello, everybody.
As you jump on, say hey. Aw, I'm glad you're doing good. Sorry, the energy's we're already pushing energy. I'm already starting to yawn.
There's a lot of energy today. And I haven't had time to check and see what's going on, but.
Well, I haven't been yawning all day. It just now started. Good grief. Which I'll talk a little bit about that today.
What is it today? It is April 11th.
Yeah. We just got through the full moon.
They say today is the luckiest day of the year. Isn't that interesting?
4/11.
That's what they're saying. April 11th is the luckiest day of the year.
Huh. Interesting.
Let me just ask. I don't know that that's true, but that's what people are saying.
Huh. I wonder what's the reasoning behind that. Do you know? Hi, Nancy. Hi, Diana.
While we're waiting for everybody to come on. Come on. Oh, you can tell. Okay. Hello, Karen. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Jenna. Hello, Diana. Oh, okay.
Well, now you're seeing people that I haven't even seen get on here. So what the heck?
Not funny.
It's something.
Okay. They say April 11th is the luckiest day of 2023, according to astrologers. It's a convergence of the two lucky planetary bodies. The vibrant sun and expansive Jupiter are heightening good vibes when they align in the zodiac sign Aries. They say this energy is known as Cazimi. Interesting. Gust of self-esteem, boundless visions for the future. Is anybody feeling this? Are you guys getting this? Just because I read it doesn't mean it's true, but that's just what I'm reading about today. Interesting. I do feel like, and it has been energetically a very high vibe day. Like there's been a lot of energy coming through. But I haven't had time to really reflect on it because I've been busy today.
Right. And honestly, well, that's what I was going to say. It's been super productive for me, like more so than normal, I would say. Like super hyper focused, which, you know, I'm a Virgo, so.
You're focused anyways, right?
It's kind of a thing anyway, but it was like even more so today, it felt like.
I'm going to try to get my lights on here. Good. Can you guys hear us okay? Is anybody having issues? Feel like, okay. Maybe yesterday, which was 4/11 for me. Dawn, oh, that's true. That's funny. That's right, because you're across the world.
Yeah.
Today is actually
the 12th
Wednesday
for her.
morning for you. Yeah.
She's across the big pond.
Yeah, so today we just really wanted to first I want to apologize for not being on yesterday. The long holiday weekend, I was like disconnected yesterday. I was
same.
Both of us completely spaced. It was Monday until it was Monday and gone, and then we said, and that is not normal for either of us.
No, because usually we talk about it at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and we had talked a couple times yesterday, and not once did it even cross my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a day. We actually, I spent some time in reflection about it, asking, maybe this is a sign. Maybe, when we started doing these Mondays, it was really important. We wanted to do something we knew we were doing every week, I think. Um, and that's what came through as a really positive vibe. But I think what I'm getting, and I think you probably are too, is that it's time to shift it a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah. Not that we won't still have meditations, but part of it is expanding and allowing. So, as we know, good weather eventually, it is coming, not tomorrow or Thursday, but allowing for us to be flexible. And, with summer comes camping and vacations and classes and other things. And so a lot of people are busy, including us. And so it's about not pinning ourselves down, but allowing for the opportunities to flow. Because, like I was telling Sarah today, I love doing this stuff. I absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy working with Sarah. I just love it. But I don't want to feel the obligation. I want it to be fun, and I want it to be natural, and I want it to be authentic. And so for me, that's where I'm coming from. So I love doing the meditations, don't get me wrong. But we want to expand into that too, and not just box ourselves in for that.
So we're gonna allow during the summer and through the spring, for it to be more flowing. So that means we'll post early in the day if we're going to be on for a live. I think both of us mentioned we'd still like to come in here weekly. You know what though? There may be weeks we feel like we want to pop in here twice a week and do a quick something. And there may be weeks we do once, and there may be a week that we miss it depending on what everybody's schedule is. But if for some reason energy shifted, it like started out the year with getting real Saturn like really structured. And now it's like, yeah, which is actually more of my personality for some things, and just going with the flow. So we're still coming in here, but we don't know what day it's going to be. We're switching that up. We're going to allow each week to let us know what it's going to be.
Okay, you can't even make this up. I was sitting here shuffling my cards. Hopefully no kids are looking. These ones are a little graphic. But it said, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life.
Yep. So I think we're just making way. We're still going to be doing meditations and healings and all of that. And I actually think because it's going to be more of a spontaneous flow, I think it'll happen even more often, honestly. I won't promise that, but with more flow. So I hope that works for everybody. I know some people have said they wished it wasn't on Mondays. That didn't work for them. And other ones really love catching the replays. So I'm just hoping that that'll work for everyone. Because I really do want to be here to support in the best way that I can.
Absolutely. Same. And, Mondays were kind of challenging sometimes. Mondays can be, I made it home. I'm great. I made it through the day, but I know that it was always uplifting for me too,
these heal us too. These are big for us connecting. This is a good thing for me.
Same, me too, absolutely. And I know that people catch the replay when they can and all of that, but there is some, and I absolutely love that. So I'm not knocking that whatsoever, but there is something about being able to catch it live too, because you catch the energy, like I feel like the full frontal the first time around. You still catch it on the replay, but there's just something about catching it live. And so hopefully.
Well, and Marlene is saying this is the first time she's caught it live, so that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. I know, I saw that. Awesome. And so, just try to, hi Dawn, try to give everybody opportunity, I guess. So yeah.
So I think, should we set sacred space for this?
Yeah.
Even though we're not necessarily doing a meditation or anything, we're just going to let this one flow. This is a tea time. This is however, I've been here since early this morning, so I got my energy, natural energy
I'm
drink with
being good.
stevia.
I got water. I got water. I'm being good. I know. Usually I have like a soda or coffee or something, but water.
Got my water too.
I'm being good. All right. So for those that are new or may not know, I'm gonna set some sacred space. And what that does is that's gonna clear out your energy, your home, your car, your office, wherever you may be when you watch this. And these are evergreen. So even if you watch it somewhere different, it'll still apply. All you have to do is say yes to receive the energy and the clearing. But it sets it as sacred space, which means only beautiful light energy can come in. Whatever your higher belief is, whether it's Jesus and the Holy Spirit or Buddha or universe or spirit, creator, God, whatever it is, that is all that is allowed. Nothing negative ever, ever. So
Ever.
just want everybody to get comfortable for a minute. Well, be comfortable anyway, but definitely get comfortable and close your eyes. And I want you to breathe in through your nose, love, light, healing energy. Exhaling out of your mouth, all that no longer serves you today. Breathe in again, breathing in love. Exhaling frustration, tension, feeling your shoulders relax. It is commanded, creator of all that is, that everyone, wherever they are, that their physical body, energy body, the place and space that they're in, that it all be cleaned and cleared in the normal fashion, releasing any and all attachments, negative energy, negative emotions, negative feelings, sending all of that to the light to be healed with love and light, and filling whatever space they are in, including from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet and everything in between, with love, light, healing energy, and unconditional love, knowing what that looks like, means, and feels like. Calling in your angels, ancestors, and guides. Say yes to receive if you choose. Create it now.
Beautiful.
Ooh. Ooh, some girls got some serious girly pain going on. Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't know
Well,
who
and
that is.
Diana, thank you so much for that. I
Aw,
appreciate that. Thank you.
that's super sweet. Yeah. Can we just,
And can we
ladies,
connect to your energies? And if you say no, then we won't connect to your energy. But
yeah.
do we have permission to do that? And we're not like going into each of your fields or anything, but that's just like a scan for the field
Yeah,
because we're getting info.
this just hit me, so I don't even know who this is, but ooh, if you're having female issues at the moment, again, just say yes to receive, close your eyes. It is commanded that any pain and discomfort, inflammation, swelling, irritation, thank you, cramps, getting like extreme pain in the ovaries. Somebody's got some serious ovarian cysts going on. It is commanded that those be released into God's light to be healed with love and light. And that those areas, the female reproductive areas, all of them, be filled with love, light, healing energy, unconditional love, knowing what that looks like, means, and feels like, be downloaded into those spaces and places, bringing in peace. Oh, there you go. Relaxing those muscles and those organs so that you can find rest and peace and ease. Say yes to receive. Sarah, do you have anything more to add to that?
That's perfect.
I'm also feeling like the lower back too, relaxing those muscles, releasing the pressure. Just say yes to receive, create it now.
So, oh wow, yeah, okay.
Oof.
I'm also hearing you're safe. Anybody
Yeah.
who needs to know that you're safe in the now moment, to bring that in. You're safe and you are supported and you are infinitely loved.
Hmm.
Just say yes to receive that.
Oof. Wow. Sorry, that hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, ooh.
It was heavy. It was
Oof,
really
that
heavy.
was- So
I'm
just so
getting a
you know,
lot of,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, finish your thought. Go ahead.
This is something different. So go ahead.
Mine is too.
Okay. So for anybody that's seen me on any of the lives, and for those that haven't, you will see me do a lot of yawning. And
Me
I
too. We both do that.
and I told Sarah, sometimes, quite honestly, I feel like a fart in a skillet. I'm totally fine. And then we get on here to do this and I get twitchy and I get itchy. And I move a lot. And a lot of times I don't even realize it. And I'm like touching my face and my nose and my hair and all these things. It's because there's so much energy. I have to try and like get rid of it. And that will make sense to a lot. And some may not fully understand that. But when you start doing a lot of energy work and you start healing with energy and you feel a lot of energy when you get in these big groups, there's just a lot of energy moving. And so we yawn a lot because we're pushing it ourselves. Because a lot of times when we do the healing, we're taking it ourselves too, or it affects us in some way. So we're pushing a lot of energy too. And so I tend to get really twitchy. And it's not that I'm bored, it's not that I'm tired. And a lot of times you'll see me cover my face and it's because I'm yawning.
Yep. Well, the other thing that you might see, just to explain for anybody that's new, is you might see our eyes blink a lot. That's a sign of being in a theta brainwave. So it's part of connection. Actually, the deeper you go, sometimes the more it happens. It doesn't always happen. And then also the rocking, like that's
Yeah,
if you
I
ever
do.
do that,
Yeah,
that is
I
a
twitch a
sign
lot.
you are in the field. You are in the field. So just to throw out those little things. Um, I got a really big packet of download today. So I don't know if you experienced this or not, but I got a download packet that today is a day for movement. I know that sounds like I've said this before, but today is a day for alignment. It's for it really is, and now understanding they're saying today is the luckiest day of the year. It's a day of expansion. So what that can mean is it might be a day for you if you have resistance within that, where you're feeling all the resistance that's blocking you from the expansion. So just to throw out there, if anybody's had that, Wendy goes, I've seen you do that well in our sessions. Yes, I yawn and I move, and now I
Mhm,
yawn based on the energy that's shifting. So it's always
mhm.
like I can feel it, and it just is what it is. I call it the breath of peace. It's just this,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, and I get really twitchy as the energy builds because I can feel it building. And so I get super, I get super twitchy. You'll see me shift in my chair and do whatever. And then yeah, I got lots of yawns. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. So lots of positive shifts today. I felt that yesterday. Okay. Dawn, it trips me up that you're the day after. That's so funny.
Yeah, I felt it
Right?
yesterday. We're like, wait a minute, what?
What? You need to be checking in with me. Let me know what the energy is the day before. And then we'll,
Give us a heads up, man.
yeah. So what that means is I've actually had a lot of people mentioning issues around money today. I think this is fascinating because when
Interesting.
we want to expand and grow, doesn't it make sense that if we have any money beliefs there? I've had like 3 people talk to me today about money stuff, about wanting
And
to expand and then money stuff.
yeah, and this card just fell again, the graphics. I'm telling you, I love these cards though. It says freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be.
So I'm actually hearing for any of you that that resonates with, like you're having dreams, you're thinking about goals, or you're wanting to move forward. And it may not be like, it might not even be a really big way. It's just you want to move forward in a different energy, or you want to have more peace financially, or you want something like that. I'm hearing we need to clear whatever is ready to be cleared that you've already worked through. A lot of the stuff that's in our field isn't necessarily it doesn't all have to be there. Like some things we've already worked through and it's time to pull it out of us. So I'm actually hearing one of the modalities that I use is sacred soul alignments. And these are alignments, they're like packets of energy that come in. And it is really good to connect in first, you know, to set sacred space so that you can fully receive the energy. And actually having time to do that in meditation is really beautiful. But if this resonates with you, I'm hearing to bring in getting off the karmic wheel, which is just the way it's described is getting off the karmic wheel of debt, suffering, and struggle. So you don't have to carry the karmic traumas, oaths, vows, agreements, and contracts of this lifetime and past lifetimes regarding this. It can release you from the patterns that you're ready to release. So I'm just getting a huge, like the minute I sat down, I was like, we got to clear some of this karma. So if you guys are open to that, I just want you to take a minute to breathe into it. Are you okay with this, Monique?
Absolutely, but I also want to add too, if you've been working through all kinds of things karmic and otherwise to bring in your divine life partner, your soulmate, this is all part of that too, releasing all these things, because that's abundance of love, right? So abundance isn't always just money, it's time too. So and it can be love in all areas. It can be family love, it can be, you know, reconnecting with kids or friends, because friends are the family we get to choose, but it can also be calling in your soulmate as well. So I just want to add that in there too, if we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
However,
and they're saying we need to do this at the beginning, not at the end. That was interesting because I assumed we might be doing some clearing at the end if we did any, but I'm just hearing to do it right now. So
do it. Let's do it.
Okay. And Dawn wants to know what that deck is, if you'll type it.
And I will type it in, but real quick, it's the Lover's Oracle. They are heart-shaped cards, and it's by Tony Carmine Salerno.
Okay. There we go.
I think.
All right, guys. So we're just going to bring in this one energy just to clear your karma, because I'm really feeling like this is important. So just take a deep breath into your heart space so that you can receive. Drop into your heart, open your heart, fill it with compassion. Just see, feel, or sense yourself connected to the center of the earth. And then see, feel, and sense you connected into divine light above you. And then bringing it back into your heart center. And have the understanding that you'll only receive what you need, what's in the highest and best, and what comes in with peace and ease. So bringing in the sacred soul alignment, calling in to run, getting off the karmic wheel. Bringing that in, creator of all that is, and divine love and light. Change that now. Thank you. Bringing that in for all of you, releasing that karma. Ooh, getting you out of patterns, traumas, oaths, vows, agreements, and contracts. Releasing the karmic patterns, keeping you locked in struggle and suffering. Wow, just marking that all complete and finished. All right. Grounding that in, anchoring that in to your heart, your mind, your higher mind, your DNA, all your cells, center of the earth, divine. Whew. Okay.
Whew. For
some reason, that had to go first. I was just like, it was like yelling at me. Okay.
Yes. Yes. And I will upload, Dawn, to the group. I'll snap a picture of it so that you guys have it too. So I got you. I got you, boo-boo. I got you.
Yeah. So how are you guys all doing? Like, have you had any challenges? Are there any things going on?
I know a lot of people have been struggling a little bit with some ascension symptoms, you know, like the pressure, the ringing in the ears, the downloads where you get kind of a headache, either the third eye or right here in your crown, and then it kind of goes away, but you're just like feeling tired, a little run down, a little cranky, maybe a little emotional. You know, there's been quite a bit of that. Anybody? I'm really tired, a little lethargic. For me,
I
I've been
felt that
super thirsty. Like I cannot quench my thirst.
Darla says all the above. Dawn says working on clearing past relationships.
Yeah. Same.
I have felt pretty good, except a little bit spacey, like on Monday, like just really in the different zones that I'm in. And I think my family has noticed that too, that I've been a little spacey. Of course, they've also noticed that telepathically, I'm just saying things in my head and not saying it out loud. They're like, Mom, you thought it, you didn't say it. I don't think that's an ascension symptom, though. I think that's just, did you hear me?
She has like she's done that to me actually. She's had like this whole dialogue conversation. She'll be like, well, I told you. And I'm like, no, I would have remembered that.
It's a different timeline. We're jumping timelines. I remember it. I swear to God, I remember it. That is so funny.
And I'm like, well,
Um,
the conversation I remember is this is where we left off. And she's like, oh, I did that. It was in my head.
Okay, so we're getting lots of people here who are saying, yes, I've been
Yeah.
struggling big time, exhausted, crown symptoms, super thirsty too. Well, we're water. I mean, we're made up of water. So when we're moving energy as energy beings, we get thirstier. That's why after energy work, you need to drink a lot of water.
Stay hydrated. That's key. But also we just had new moon. We've had a lot of energetic shifts, some timeline hops. All of that will.
Megan says, I've been struggling with all of that. Mom knows, so I'm mom. This is mine. This is mine. Knows a little about it and is welcome to share. Yeah, Megan, I think you're just clearing out the stuff that just doesn't work for you anymore. That karma piece that I just brought through, I mean, that definitely I felt it for you, but there's at least 3 other people. I'm getting 5 others that actually applies to too, at least right now at this moment. So that's quite a few actually. I think everybody needs clearing for their karma, honestly. I got a yes on that. But so yeah, it's a clearing. It's clearing out what doesn't belong. So that you can step into, we don't have to be in this fear cycle. There are legitimate fears that can, there are things we need to pay attention to, but living in fear doesn't serve anyone. It just doesn't. And I don't know about you, but I prefer not to live in fear. It just drains my energy. It's not fun. It's not how I want to live my life.
Same. No, thank you.
Yeah. Diana said yes to the karma clearing. Marlene, lots of soul work.
Yeah, she said it's time.
Wendy says she's feeling better. Big lift. That's good.
Good.
It is time. It is time. And that is the call. But I've been hearing that for how long? It's time. It's time. Like spirit just keeps on moving. It's time. It's time to release the chains. It's time to.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into what I've been getting for the last 2 years. All things hidden shall be revealed. And I felt like that was that sentiment every time I pressed into that and the energy of that message that I've been getting over and over. I'm like, okay, but can we expand on that? And they're like, we'll push into it. So I'm like, okay, how does that apply to the world? Yes, the politics, the world stage, but that also applies to our journey as well. All things that are hidden deep within us will be revealed so that, and of course we know
to clear them.
Absolutely. And for those of us that are generational curse breakers, to clear the family lines and all those things, the time is coming more, and I'm zinging like crazy, coming more and more that's been a real thing. And I've been doing that for years as it's come up, but here it's been huge. And that's for a lot of people across a lot of platforms that I've been listening to.
So for instance, if you guys have this, I mean, if you're a curse breaker, it's actually a really beautiful thing, but it might mean you're clearing a lot of things of generational patterns that you're like, why am I clearing these things that are coming in? Like, why am I? It's as if the wounds of the past that haven't been dealt with have come up for you so that you can clear it and so that it can move forward in a different alignment. Mm-hmm. And I know I've been doing that. Monique's been doing that. I know my daughter's been doing that. And it's just, it's part of being a healer. Not all healers do it though.
Right. There's a lot. Don Ferguson says fear and faith do not coexist. And actually they do, because duality is the world that we've created. That's part of our construct. But there's a distinct difference between healthy and unhealthy fear. Healthy fear is fight or flight. It keeps us safe. It protects us. Unhealthy fear, it gets into the freeze or fawn, right? The unhealthy fear keeps us frozen so that we are unable to move forward. And so you can have a ton of faith and still have some fear. And we can clear the unhealthy fear, and there's things that we can do to work on those because they really don't serve us. So healthy fear is good. It makes us
Well, and
move.
part of that is, I mean, it is hard to hold space in an energy of fear and be in faith in that exact moment. I mean, that's true, but because of this duality and how it's set up, often we're learning faith through fear, which means they are still coexisting because all time is actually illusionary, right? So, and that's what we need to clear, because a lot of us, this structure that we're in, I'd prefer to have faith through experiencing faith-filled moments and expand my faith within that rather than having to learn it through fear-filled moments. Yeah, and that's part of the curse breaking, like shifting it. I've seen so many people healing the generational patterns of alcoholism or abuse or of all types of money issues, of things have to be hard, of trauma, of all these. And I mean, honestly, we could go on for hours about all the generational curses that we carry, that I have to suffer, clear, cancel, delete, or that life has to be hard, or
you have to sacrifice
I'm unlovable.
Others, or you're unworthy. And I mean, the list is.
What I have to say isn't important. I mean, there's so many of them. And so if you are here to shift that, you're like, yep, I'm not going to hold that on my shoulders anymore, because we hold a lot of our genetic patterning, the burden, the weight. So if you're a generational curse breaker, often you'll have a lot of shoulder pain or neck pain. Because we hold it there a lot of times. Not that we don't hold it in other parts of our body, because we do, but the weight of it, the burden of it. And it doesn't have to be a burden. We can clear it with ease and move forward in freedom.
Yeah, and the other part where I held a lot of mine was my lower back, because I never felt supported. So not only did I have it in the shoulders and the neck, but the lower back as well. And your lower back is typically about not feeling supported in whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep, Sarah, you got me. Thank you, Wendy. That's very nice.
Really
Thank
sweet.
you. Yeah.
So
I'm glad you're moving forward.
yeah, absolutely. I had another card fall out. It wasn't intentional. I was moving him and it hit the floor. So I'm going to share this one because it kind of goes with what we're talking about. I love this card. I love the art. It says, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. I'm going to say, and or unnecessary fear. Go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads.
Beautiful.
Hi, Miss Sheridan. Well, I hadn't planned on that. It just fell out. The mid back, Dawn, that's a lot of stress, but it's also support issues. So, but your mid back too is like kidneys and all that, which holds like resentment, deep hurt, that kind of stuff. So when we release that and or trauma that goes with that, we can actually alleviate a lot of that pain. And
well, yeah, it's figuring out where it's coming from. Yeah, if it's from the gallbladder too, because sometimes the gallbladder will refer to the back. That's a different energy. So it's figuring out where the pain's coming from.
Yeah, it'll radiate to the back or front.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Even your liver, you can feel liver pain in your back. So it's an interesting thing when you're looking at different body parts, the different energies that they hold. Today, I felt like, Wendy, you've had a shift today. That is amazing.
I feel like she's like still adjusting, and she's going to wake up tomorrow and going, wow, I feel like a whole new woman.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I pulled two cards, and these are not ones, these are just supportive for us. And they were all about
Beautiful.
the great gathering,
I-
it all coming together, intuitive hit, soul tribe. This is about us connecting. Like it's just confirming that this is great. We need a place to be safe, to talk, to connect, to be ourselves, not fitting in, because we're not meant to fit in. We're meant to be who we are and resonate as we are. And then this is Sisterhood of the Rose, which rose is super high vibrational, but it's beauty and devotion, mystic, teacher, priestess. This is for the whole group. They came out for it. So this is about all of you in sisterhood and being here and joining us. And I think
And
that's
Bob.
just beautiful. And Bob, that's right. Sorry, these cards are for they refer to women a lot. I
Energy of
apologize.
connection. It's all about the energy of connection.
Thank you. Sisterhood and brotherhood of the rose. There we go. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yes,
Like
we do
poor
have
Bob.
men in here. We want them to be welcome.
Absolutely. That's
Absolutely.
aw. So does anybody go ahead.
I was just thinking on that mid back, because I'm not actually scanning your body, but it just came to me like in a zing. I just saw it shoot down this lightning rod of energy down the back. Um, it's also about connection to spirit, because the muscles are trying to support you and stay strong, while your spine, your bones, feel it in your bones, connect to spirit, are translating the information, and your muscles are having to hold everything solid. For some reason, I'm feeling as if it could be instability and connection. I don't know why that's coming through right now. I'm not in your field, so I don't know that that's about you, but it can be mid back, can be a focal point of instability and connection. I'm pretty sure I've never said that before. So
Well, and Diana has a good point. It's also it can hold
yes,
frail as well. So
yeah.
shout out to my daughter, Tylin, and my daughter-in-law, Sheridan, who are
Our
here.
daughters are here in force tonight.
Yeah,
I love it.
I got both my girls. Woo, woo. Yeah.
Can you feel the love tonight?
I'm feeling supported.
That's right. Yeah, big
Aw,
time. So
yeah,
fun. Yeah,
fun.
so any part of your body can hold the trauma of other. That's where you have to. So yes, we can hold certain beliefs, or like if there's books that'll show the beliefs in different parts. Can't remember the author for one of them that I have. But the other part is we can hold traumas from even generational patterns. Like if I have dug on somebody where they had trauma in a certain area of their body, and it was actually an accident that happened to a relative, and they're holding their nerves are actually reacting to that trauma within their cells. So it can be very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Sarah and I do theta healing, and so we would call that a dig, right? We would dig into what is
Yeah.
causing that, where did it originate from, and like she said, there are things on the genetic line that aren't even ours, but we're here to heal it because it's come into our awareness and into our field. So it may be something from your great grandmother or even whatever, but here it is, so we can heal it, and then everybody gets healing and we can move forward. So
Yes.
that's always fun too. That's always fun too. I feel like, okay, I'm unsure who this is, but I feel like somebody wants to ask a question, but they are unsure if they can or should. First of all, don't should on yourself, just ask. That's what we're here for. So if anybody has anything specific that either A, they would like a healing for, or they have questions, or there's something they want more clarity or information about, ask. That's why we're here.
Yes.
Amongst other things, we're just letting it flow. Hmm. keep looking at my daughter, but she's my daughter. So,
Hee
well, I just, and so for me, I'm like, okay, is it because I know what's going on in her life? Obviously, because she's my kid. Or is this actually a genuine message that I'm getting? And I feel like it's actually a message that I'm getting for Tylin. And that's that things feel like you're kind of hitting the wall right now in certain areas of your life. But you're learning during this process, and it's job related, right? Like you're pushing against a wall. But that's going to change here shortly. I feel like there's opportunities that are coming your way, that you're going to be able to push through that wall, because there's not going to be a wall. I feel like you've been saved in these last few opportunities that didn't go your way, because there's something better around the corner. And I don't know what that is, Pumpkin, but I feel like it's not far off in the distance. Yeah, anything on that, Sarah?
No, ditto. Like, yeah, that feels like a message for a couple of people, actually. The
Yeah.
opportunities that haven't gone through have actually been a good thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, nothing to add. That's perfect.
Yeah. And I agree. I feel like it does apply to a few other people too. It's like they've been pushing and pushing, and they want to get out of whatever they're doing or get into something else. And there's been some roadblocks. So I feel like those are going to fall away, because the opportunities that you thought you wanted actually weren't the right fit for you. Like you would have done it, you would have done it well, but you still would have been unhappy in some ways. And so what's coming towards you is going to be far greater. I'm saying far greater than those other opportunities would have been. The other ones would have been advancements or little steps up, but it wouldn't be all of what is coming towards you, which is, I feel, a little more expansive and opportunity behind it as well.
Yeah,
More
and I'm
opportunity
hearing
to
the song Unanswered Prayers by Garth Brooks. It's so funny. I don't know which angel is showing that to me, but I'm getting unanswered prayers. Like sometimes the things that we thought we really wanted and we don't understand why we didn't receive them. Sometimes it's the highest and best for that to be that way. Sometimes it's not in our alignment.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe we create our reality and we are able to, we can manifest a lot of things. I love manifestation. Like it is one of my favorite things ever to talk about. But there are some things that no matter how much you push in are not going to happen, because they are against what we would call divine timing, or the flow of the direction of what you chose before you came, of alignment. And so those things, like they're just not going to. That's one of the addendums to manifesting, is that if it's against your divine timing, then it might be really difficult to achieve something. I don't think that's what we're talking about here, but it is an important note that sometimes we're helped along, because sometimes what we think we want isn't truly what we want, because we don't actually know what it is.
True. And I do feel divine timing is a small piece of this for a couple people. And Wendy kind of confirmed, yes, she felt stuck. And today it was, I need to move on with my career. So I felt like I kept looking at Tylin, but I did feel too that it did expand to other people in their own way. So
well, and our higher self is really helping us navigate this, guys. Your higher self. And wouldn't it be great to live as your higher self, embodied, clearly hearing, experiencing this universe? But the reality is that doesn't always happen. Our higher self is really, and our guides in our free will are really helping us get on course sometimes. Now, of course, we can choose to go in a completely different path. We can, we have free will here, but sometimes like synchronicities that happen, for instance, and you're like, or those brain dumps of information that come in, or they're really helping us sometimes. So just to keep that in mind, I love Marlene said, yeah, it's like a funnel. It absolutely is. Like if you have we all have purpose. So I'm going to say that every single one of us is here for a purpose and a reason, and it's everyday life. Like we are here to live, but there are some times where we chose certain specific things. And this doesn't mean that you're going to do anything. It might be a being. There are people that they experience, like if you see somebody save somebody else, for instance, and you get those goosebumps like, oh my God, that just happened. They probably chose to do that at a higher level. Obviously, they did in the moment too, but it's a bigger thing. And so divine timing can be a lot of different things. It's not just me sitting on here doing this with you guys. I mean, I do believe I'm here to be a healer, but so we have a network of support that's helping us be in alignment with what that is. They are. And I firmly, firmly, firmly believe that. And we just don't always understand the greater picture from this perspective.
We're not supposed to, because we're supposed to be here to have the experience too. If we already know what all the outcomes are going to be, are we going to enjoy the experience and learn what we need to in the middle? Probably not. And I'm a curious pushback kind of person. My peeps, I get the eye roll from the angels. It's hilarious. They're like, oh. I'm like, I know, but I'm going to ask. So you just.
But why? I was that kid, but why?
But why? Because I'm totally a white person. I am totally a white person.
Yep.
Or I'm like, well, okay, but. And I generally do exactly what they're asking me to do, but I do push back a little bit. And a lot of times they'll just laugh at me. Sometimes they'll just act like I didn't speak in anything at all. And other times I get I know, but this is me, this. So just come up with it. And sometimes I don't get all the answers, right? Because sometimes, and here lately quite a bit, I've been getting with some of the really tough conversations I'm trying to have. I want answers, and I get you don't need to know at this time. Rude. Like, why not?
It would affect the outcome. It would affect the outcome. So yeah.
Absolutely. But not only that, what I'm asking for some pretty big, could be considered gnarly things, right? And so nothing's been decided yet, right? Because it's all future forward. So nothing has been set. The future's not set in stone. We can shift things. We can change things. We can create things along the way. So what they don't want to do is tell me something that could possibly freak me out based on some of the things I'm asking about. And then based on that, could actually potentially make me create something to match that. Instead, they want me to live my life, be present. And it's okay to ask about, well, what are the options? What do those opportunities look like? What are those possibilities? If I were to go left instead of right, what could that look like? Again, nothing set in stone. So those things are okay, but I was looking quite a bit out, and they're like, yeah, you don't need to know that, but I wanna. So part of that
that's
too.
Part of the learning.
Right. Well, part of that is being present, because if we're so worried about what's to come, we're not living in the moment. We're not making the connections right here and now, not with our friends, not with our family, not learning what we need to learn right now. If we're so worried about what's coming later, we're not present fully.
That's a big message right now, is be present in the now moment. Live this life right here. Like, we are here to experience joy today, fun today, love today, connection today, wonder today. This is the day right here. And sometimes that requires us to heal the past so we can be in the now moment. Sometimes it does require, but it's also an action. And then when we do that, then as we move forward, because in every moment you're moving into tomorrow, every moment you're always shifting, right? It's a movement, it's a pattern. And so you're going to create a new Ford too by doing that. And Dawn says sometimes manifesting a general idea is better, so you have options. That is so true. And I will tell you, I remember few years ago, actually, I want to say it's like 5 years ago, I was going to the angels, okay, I have been manifesting, I have been creating, and I'm not seeing. And I remember, so it was after I did theta healing. So maybe it was only 3, I don't know how long we've been doing this. I don't know time. 3, 4 years?
18, so 5 years.
Okay, so that would be about right. It was when we were new.
Five, May will be
Yep.
5
Okay.
years.
So we are new theta healers relatively. And I think it was before I got my teacher certification. Anyways, and I was like, what is going on? I am doing everything. I've cleared everything. I don't see any blockages. And literally the angel said to me, your blockage is that you're trying to limit to this door. And this door means that you have to control all the outcomes and the variables to make it happen through this door, which means there's not a lot we can help you with because you're forcing it through this door. That is not in alignment with creation. You manifest, you think about it, you want it, you desire it, but wanting and desiring is out there. So you got to bring it here. You're just like, okay, this is what I'm creating. I have created this. And then they said, open every door. And so they
Yep.
made me visualize 20 doors. And they said, now open them a crack and give us the faith and trust that we're going to bring the highest and best to you. And so I cracked them open. They said, you still get to choose yes or no. You don't have to accept everyone that opens. I said, okay. And I opened that door and I felt the healing like no one's business. Like I cleared so much stuff because I was trying to control it. It had to be the way I put it, the way I wanted it. And because I opened those and I said, okay, I allow you to do that. You bring it to me. I will do the inspired action because there is a place for action. I will take those steps to do it, but I will do it. I will create it. It's created and then I'll allow it to be brought and I will do all that. And boom, it showed up in my life. I kid you not, like a week later. So there is a place for that, letting go, not trying to hold the outcome. Because when you're in that, you're actually in resistance.
Well, you're limiting too. So you're
Yeah.
not giving any room to move. So, and it's okay to be clear with what you're wanting, but then let go, like allow them. So what I always tell my clients that are like, I did this and I did that and nothing's happening. I'm like, okay, but are you allowing them to do what they need to do? So I'm always like, envision what it is that you want, right? And then let it go and turn it over with faith
Yes.
to peeps, right? Because they will return to us something far greater than what we can even
Or
imagine.
better than is what I say. Yep. Or better than.
Expanded. They will take whatever we wanted and expand it. And so we'll be like, holy crap, that was even more than I wanted. Yeah, because we let it go. So
Yeah,
they
and
can
it is a part. I mean, it's not just all of us just saying, I'm creating this and then, okay, bring it to me. There is an inspired action, but what often happens is we get into force. I'm going to do the actions I'm told that I'm supposed to take, and I'm just going to force this instead of being like, what is the right action for this? What is the inspired action? What is because there is a place for action in this universe with creation. There is a place for that. Like even with the lottery, you got to go buy the lottery tickets.
Oh, come on.
Just
Sure.
saying.
What do you mean I gotta pay to play? Come on.
Well, I guess you don't have to. Someone could give you a lottery ticket, but the chances are going down exponentially. I'm just saying. But you still have to be, okay, yes, I received that, right? There's still an action there.
I don't want the strings attached of, okay, if you win, we split. Although I'm giving, I would give anyway, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Marlene says one sacred step at a time. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yes. One sacred step at a time. Yep. Release and let go of attachment to outcome.
Yeah.
Like when I create something, a program, and I had to learn this the hard way. I cannot tell you guys how many things I created that didn't work out. And when I would just hear, well, you learned how to do it, didn't you? I'm like, oh, and I realized I am so attached to the outcome. I'm blocking any outcome. I'm so attached to it. I let go. I just let go. I said, you know what? I'm creating it because it's going to be a blast, like working with you, with being with you guys. It's fun. It's amazing. Do it, set the intention, love it, enjoy it, be in that harmony, and then let go.
Mhm.
What happens from there? It's going to be the highest and best.
Well, and the other side to that too is you get into that creative flow. So you're getting the inspired ideas. So you start taking the inspired action steps that are necessary to start everything in motion, whether it's creating a new program or whatever it may be. The other part of that too, and I remember when you were first really starting to hit
Mm,
up and put all your stuff together. The message, if I can share, that I kept getting for you
please.
over and
Yeah.
over and over again was, Sarah, it's coming, but you got to let go, because you've been planting seeds and planting seeds and
I
planting
planted seeds a long time.
Yeah, I
I worked
said,
hard. Yeah.
right. But that was the message that I kept getting over and over and over for you was, you've planted the seeds and the harvest is coming, because everything is going to come into fruition. And then you're going to be able to sit back and then enjoy the fruits of all your labor, because you were like nose to the grindstone for a long time, but you were planting seeds and you were getting out there and you just never quit, which is really beautiful and quite inspiring, I might say. So, but that was the message. So that's the other side to that too, when you're getting into that creation part of it and you're manifesting, working on things, sometimes there's a time for us to plant the seeds, and then there's a time for the harvest when everything comes into fruition. So it's easy because we've become a society of instant gratification. Well, no, we want it right now. Well, that's cute, but that's not always how that works. Now, have I manifested things instantly? Absolutely. But that doesn't happen all the time, because not everything can. Some things take time. They do take time to build. So, and
Well,
Eric,
because especially if there's other people in that,
absolutely, because they have free will and they
their
have
own time. Yeah,
Mhm,
absolutely.
mhm.
Yep.
And I know for me, like people have, come to me at fairs, or they've gotten referrals to me or whatever, or they've seen me on different lives or whatever. And they're like, oh my gosh. And they'll reach out and I'll talk to them a little bit. And then they'll be like, okay. And then I never hear from them again. And I'm like, that's okay. Because when they're ready, and I tell them, when you're ready, they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, that's okay. When you're ready, you can reach out to me. And they do. It might be a couple of months down the road. For one lady, it was like, here, and that's okay, because when she came to me, she was ready. Like she was more than ready to just release everything. And so
Yep.
that's the beauty of it too.
And you know what I'm hearing? This is really important. The angels are saying right now to me is this applies to your healing, guys. The
Mhm.
seeds and the harvest. Because we're not talking about um I don't do everything that I do is coming because my soul really wants to experience. I want to share. I want to be connected. There's so many reasons to step into it's big, like it's big. Um, and when we're healing, we're also planting seeds. We're also healing and we're clearing. And sometimes it feels like we're doing this stuff and where is the reward at the end? What is it? Hopefully you can see the reward quickly. Like that's my hope with every healing, you can see the change. I want it to be in this now moment. We move forward in a different way. So that is always my intention. But sometimes, I mean, we've been healing a lot. We heal every day. And so sometimes you're like, wow, is this gonna pay off? Like, and for me, my daughter's on here, or she was anyways. I want this to affect my children. And they get choice in their experience, but I don't, as a curse breaker again, I don't want them to carry these things. I actually feel almost like a clock timer. That might be a belief for me, but I want to clear as much as I can for my children as quickly as I can. That's in alignment with me in the highest and best way without hurting myself, of course, because I'm not
So,
good for anybody if I'm hurting, but I want to be healthier for them. I want to do this for the generations coming up. And everything that we do, I told a client today, when we sit in energy, like if we can get to peace where that trauma is cleared for that one thing, we're at peace, we can be in peace. Someone who gets in our resonance and we're at peace about that, and maybe they have something that happened similar, they're going to get healing just through your peace. So we're healing the earth by doing this, we're healing each other. And so there's a real sense in me of doing that, of it being important. And I know each of us doing that is making a difference for all of us.
same. And my daughter-in-law's in here. We have a baby due in first part of August. And so for me, I've been feeling
Mhm.
a do. And like you, I mean, I work on myself every day and have been for a long time. And, and like you, I mean, it's part of who we are and what we do. I want to clear that for my kids. I want to give them, should they choose, right, the best opportunities to continue to move forward instead of having to deal with what I've already dealt with. You know what I mean? Like, to pave the way for them. And of course, now the grandkids, right? I want them to
That's
have
right.
benefit of that coming into this life so that they don't have to experience that and they don't have to deal with that. And it's not to sacrifice myself for my family or others, because I've cleared those beliefs, but it is to pave the way, because that is part of what I'm here to do, is be that generational curse breaker. And so the more that I can get done, the less that they'll have to do later, and the more that they get to reap the benefit and reward of that. And so, hopefully, um, and we all have some aspects that we have to deal with, not have to, but that we get to. But if I can minimize that, they can have a whole different experience. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I know Diana put on here, you said it could, that with the curse breaking, apparently that's what we're talking a lot about that tonight, actually. She said, is that why my shoulders have been hurting? It could be, absolutely. If you're acknowledging that there might be some burden that because sometimes our body feels pain or discomfort when we're actually in the midst of clearing it. I think it's our way of saying, oh, this is here. What needs healing? And of course, as energy healers, we look from a spiritual, energetic perspective,
Always.
from a
Always.
belief perspective. I'm always looking at the belief that's being held or the emotion that's being held in that space.
Same.
What is the
Same.
discognizance? What is that's being held there?
Mm-hmm.
What trauma is being held?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. When did that start? Where did that come from? Like, what do we need to do to get rid of it? Absolutely. And a lot of this too comes down to intention as well, which I know you and I kind of talked about it briefly earlier today. Intention's been coming up a lot for me too, with different,
yes,
and setting that intention anytime. And intention doesn't have to be this big, huge, grandiose thing, right? So for me, anytime something doesn't feel right, or I get triggered emotionally, or whatever it might be, anytime I start doing any kind of healing work, the intention that I set automatically is that I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to get to the root cause. I'm going to be able to heal it, clear it, release it, and let it go, so that I can move forward, and my kids and my future grandkids and everybody in the family line can move forward and or get the peace and the healing that they can get from it without having to revisit the same thing. So, but it's intention in everything too, right? In our manifestation, just in our daily life. What is your intention for today? Like, for me, when I'm home, what are the projects that I want to get done? Or what are the projects that I at least want to get started? What are things I can mark off my list that I'm tired of seeing on my list? So what's my intention to make this happen? And then taking the action steps too, because that's the other part of it. You can set your intention, but if you don't have any follow through, let me know how that works out
all the
for you.
manifesting we've been talking about, all of this is part of it, and setting an intention every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think, one of the most important things with setting intentions so if you're struggling in your life right now, if that is what you're actually experiencing, first, let's not spiritually bypass where you're at. Like let's not try to say, oh no, everything's positive, love and light. And that's great. We do want to move into love and light. But if you are in a struggle right now, acknowledge this is how you're feeling. Don't bypass it. Let's figure out why. Let's clear it. Let's do that. And then move to the next stage. Because if you bypass it, it's still there. You're just avoiding it, basically. But with intentions, when you're setting an intention, like maybe life is, and I don't want to say clear, so clear, cancel, delete as I say that, maybe right now, man, everything is coming hard to me. Okay, what would you like as an intention instead? Now do think of a positive. What would you like instead? And then one of the most important things with intention setting is take a moment to breathe into your heart and get centered. Activate those 40,000 neurons in your heart. The heart is magical. Get in your heart with a high level emotion. And one of the most powerful ones for intention setting or manifesting is gratitude. Okay. So you want to move from maybe it's really hard right now to have more ease. Let's just take that one with, right there. Okay. And this might be a stretch. This might take a moment. Find gratitude to where you do see ease in your life. Acknowledge it. And maybe it's only in one area. Maybe your cup of coffee came out good. I use
Yeah.
coffee as a lot for gratitude.
Coffee is
But
life, man.
find it. You're like literally encoding your subconscious with that. Get into a space of gratitude, whatever you can find gratitude for today, and breathe that in for 3 to 5 minutes. Just do that. If you do only that, and then set an intention from that energy field, you're in much more alignment to creating it. It's not negating that things have been what they've been, but it empowers your intention setting. And you always, of course, want to intend moving into a positive flow. I mean, why would you intend something different, right? Intend moving into power, into that positive flow. But when you do that, you're going to sync up your mind. You're going to create heart and brain harmony, and you're going to help your whole body to feel better, basically. I think you have something like over 1,100 or 1,500 activations that happen in your body when you do that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, it's a really big thing.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm not an expert on the heart, but that's just some of the stuff I know through. Yeah. And your heart's all about love and living life and moving forward with ease. So why not connect to the heart and gratitude? And in any moment, I always have my kids, even when we're not getting along, clear, cancel, delete, or there's something going on, like when all else fails, I'm telling you, the cup of coffee does it for me. I'm always thankful for my cup of coffee. I love coffee.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Even though it has been weaponized against me, Sheridan and Taylor. Right around my, yes, right around my birthday. Sunday morning, I'm sitting on the floor painting my entryway, and I hear a knock, knock, knock at the door. I open the door, and Sheridan just hands me a Starbucks, and I was like, hey. And I was like, what's this? And then Taylor comes in and he does this, and there's this kitten hanging on the front of his sweatshirt, screaming at the top of her lungs. And that's how Siren came to my house.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it was done in love. It was done in love.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely.
I feel like there's somebody there who's having trouble having hope for a future that could be positive. I'm getting a really strong message for you. This actually makes me want to cry. The message coming through is don't lose hope. Hope is powerful. It's a tough time right now. It has been tough for you. I'm just seeing a rainbow. There is good times coming. Have hope. You deserve support, and you will get through this. They're just bringing a whole lot of love with that. So I don't know if that resonates with anybody. And of course, you don't have to say, are you getting anything about that, Monique? It just hit me like a Mack truck.
Yeah, I feel it actually in my heart space and in my solar plexus. Like it kind of hit me at the same time. I'm hearing don't give up and don't give in. Don't throw in the towel. Don't be like, you know what, forget it. This is what it is. Don't settle, because there's so much that is yours that is waiting just outside your bubble. Like it's right there. It's coming. So don't give up.
Don't accept less than.
Exactly. Know that you are absolutely worthy to have all the desires of your heart, your hopes, your dreams. You are worthy. You are more than worthy to have those in your life. You deserve them just like everybody else does. So don't give up. Don't give in. Do not throw in the towel and go, forget it. Don't do that. Hold on. Just hold on. And I do feel like, oh, man, they're all over me, like back up.
Yeah, this one came in like a Mack truck. I'm really feeling this one.
like, okay, so I'm seeing someone stand in the middle of this field, and they're back up. They're standing in this meadow, and on the very far edges of the meadow, it's like everybody else, like everybody else's houses and families and all the things. So everybody else is like going about their merry way. They have, their ideal family, whatever, whatever, whatever. And this person
Has been
is
waiting so
in
long.
middle of this field feeling completely isolated and alone and feeling like, well, geez, everybody else can have it, why can't I? And they're feeling really deflated and defeated. But
Yeah.
I'm hearing, please don't hold on to that. Let those emotions go, because what you're not seeing is what's coming around the bend towards you. And that is that wish and that hope fulfillment. And it's
It's
coming.
happening. It's happening.
And the beauty of it is, and I know this is really like quantum physics type stuff, but you already have it. It's already come into your life. You just have to catch up to that moment. And so hold on, just hold on,
It's like
find,
a key and lock system. It's like a chink, chink, like it comes in. It's like, and sometimes once again, there's a right timing for it.
yeah. And I feel like while you're allowing for this to come to you, right now your task, your lesson in
Yes.
this is to find even the small things to be grateful, thankful, and blessed for. Like when
That was
and
the grateful message that I was receiving. Absolutely. Find that within the midst of it.
even if it means taking 5 minutes out of your day, unplugging, like, sitting in your car where you're by yourself, or in the bathroom if you have kids, or wherever it may be, where you can get 5 minutes to yourself, no radio, and just go within your heart and stay out of your head, but go into your heart and just be like, okay, what do I have to be absolutely grateful for today? I woke up. I have a job. I have a family that loves me. I have healthy animals, healthy kids, whatever, and just start ticking off.
Allow yourself to breathe it in, like take a long, slow breath. If you can do 5 seconds, 6 seconds, but if you can only do 4, do 4. Pause it and then let it out on a longer. Like literally do that while you're doing that gratitude.
Absolutely. And so what this is going to do, it's going to help shift your mindset to focus on the things that you do have to be grateful for and that you have in your life currently, versus focusing on what you don't have but want really badly. And so that's where that defeat and that frustration comes in, because you're focusing on what you're lacking or you don't have, instead of focusing on the present and what you do. And with that, like they say, attitude of gratitude and all that, but when you feel that in your heart, that will help, like Sarah said earlier, bring you into that space of allowing for the new stuff to come in, because
Beautiful.
you're grateful. It's paving the
It'll
way.
shift it'll shift your energy alignment too. It's that letting go, and sometimes it's so hard to let go when you're waiting. It
Yes.
truly is, but when gratitude, I'm telling you, is the most underrated, but one of the most important vibrations to get into with intention setting.
Oh,
So even if it is the sunshine, even if you're not feeling it, let yourself breathe in and just work it and do it. And I do feel like I need to just say, and I'm not going to say it's the best recording, because me and electronics lately, it felt like I think it was the energy. There was so much energy that it was cutting out the microphone. But I have a recording I just did this week for heart harmonization. So it's on my page, and I can share it over here too, so you guys can get it. But it's just a 9-minute meditation to breathe into your heart, to connect in and bringing all those energies in. So that might be helpful for whomever that is, if anybody resonates with that. But don't lose hope. You are not alone. And you're not a loner. Like, gosh, we love you. Like, I'm actually feeling that, like waves of it coming through. We love you so much. And
and
I
we
don't
were
know who you are, but I
created.
love you too.
Yes, and we weren't created to be alone. We were created to find our partner, our family, our soul group, our vibe tribe. We were created to be in connection with one another and divine as well. Ojala said she listened. It was fabulous.
And sometimes that aloneness that we feel is actually pushing us. This is where the negative duality happens, which I say, let's get out of that as quick as we can because it doesn't feel good. But sometimes feeling so alone or feeling without hope pushes us into a clearer connection and knowing that we are always connected. And then when we know we're always connected and we're never alone, then we can feel that way in every moment, whether we're alone or not, because you can feel alone in a crowd of people. When you're trying to fit in, you feel pretty darn alone. And you are meant to be who you are. So when you connect in and then connect into yourself and then move into community, then you truly feel connected. So sometimes those negative states can push us into those ways of being. But whatever the state is or why you feel, I just feel like there's been a lot of waiting and just to have hope. It's happening. It is happening. And like Monique says, connect into that gratitude if you can, even if it seems silly. And I'll share my meditation if that'll help you guys. But if that resonates with anybody, take it. And if not, throw it out. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, there is a space and time to be alone sometimes. Sometimes I have to like not disconnect, but kind of disengage and pull back. And it's not that I'm pulling back from anybody because I'm always available, but it's because I need to deep dive on myself and do some deep inner work on myself. So there is a space for that. And there's also space for in that quiet to like get quiet and settle in and really look within and see the areas or places that might need some work. So there is a time for that, but we were never meant to be solitary all the time. We are here for connection, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we want to do some downloads before we get off, or do you have another message that's coming through for you, or?
Oh, man, the energy. Sorry, guys, my head is just like tingly, itchy.
I'm hearing some downloads about gratitude and how to set positive intentions that move you into alignment
and worthiness and allowing, receiving, and setting intention
and hope.
Gratitude, hope, releasing any and all unhealthy fears.
Yeah.
Ooh, grounding.
So yeah, I don't know that I'm getting, that was a big packet of info. So if any part of that, it feels like it was more than one person, but it was fully one person, but there were parts that were for others. So if there was a part of it that was yours, take that.
Don't make it fit, but if it actually applies, take it.
Right. Right. Yeah. So do we want to go ahead and do that, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
And just on the piggyback of that, I just went to move the cards and the fulfillment card.
Yeah. Okay. And I, same thing happened. Trust your path.
Yeah, you get it.
And be supported. Support, trust, and fulfillment.
Beautiful.
Okay. So if you guys would like to receive some downloads.
Means and feels like, and it's possible.
Yes. So as we bring these in, you get to say yes. If any of them don't feel good, say no. So if you'll allow us to witness them moving into your field for the highest perspective, just say yes to receive. If you don't want it, you just have to say no. And this works for now or for the future at any time that anybody ever checks into this and listens to these and chooses to receive the energy.
Yep.
Always in free will alignment. Okay. So we're just going to take a moment just to connect in. We're going to connect to our heart. If you want to do this, just go ahead and take a deep breath, dropping into your heart. And perhaps even touching your heart space, your heart chakra area. So I like to go actually above into the center into the center and just touch that space because it brings your awareness down. And just breathe in and breathe out. And let's bring in the energy of gratitude, that you know how to connect to gratitude in your heart and how to anchor that energy into your heart, in the neurons of your heart in the highest and best way. If you'd like to receive that, say yes. Wow. So that's like a heart activation. And from that space, allow yourself to feel gratitude for something. Maybe it's your cat, your dog, your cup of coffee, somebody you love. Just feel that gratitude. And just take a deep breath from that space. And then send from this space, from this heart space, pillar of light straight down, all the way down through your feet into the earth, plugging into the center of the earth to the beautiful golden energy here. And plug into the support and love that sits here. And then watch it come back up, 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 up through your feet and your legs and your body to the top of your head in a beautiful ball of light. And then up above your space out into the universe, going higher and higher, deeper and deeper, beyond all the planets. And plugging into beautiful white light here. Going into the heart of creation, going higher and higher, deeper and deeper. Creating a pillar of light from this energy straight down, all the way through you into the center of the earth, grounding and anchoring you, but connecting you to the highest divinity. This is pure love. And then watching as that white light comes down that pillar you created, down, down, down into your head, down into your heart, and then seeing that white light expand into your whole body, into your field, into your auric field, releasing anything that no longer serves and sending it to the light. Okay, and from that space, bring in the downloads, the vibrations of what it means, feels, and looks like to be able to be in a state of gratitude in the highest and best ways. And if you'd like to receive that, say yes. That you know that you are worthy and deserving to set intentions, and you know how to set positive intentions with ease, with grace, knowing that it's possible and that you are deserving of doing so. And you know what that feels like, how to, when to, and you do. And if you'd like to receive that, say yes. Do you have any for him, Monique?
I do. That you know what it looks like, means, and feels like, and it's possible for you to find peace, inner peace, true inner peace within your body, mind, and your heart. Allowing for yourself to be you authentically, lovingly, with compassion, sympathy, and empathy, just as you pour out to others, but allowing that and receiving that for yourself as well. And you can do it easily and effortlessly with ease and grace. Just say yes to receive. Create it now.
You know what it feels like, how to be, when to be, it's possible to be, and that you are worthy and deserving of support. That you know what it feels like to be supported. And you know that the universe, divine source, supports you in your manifestations and intentions with love in the highest and best way. And you know how to experience that. You know how to be in the flow of that. You know that it's possible. And if you'd like to receive that, say yes.
Hmm. That you know what it looks like, means, and feels like, and it's possible for you, and you do have, hold, and maintain hope. Hope for your future, hope for your present, hope for yourself, your heart's wants, desires, needs, that you can have them free and without unhealthy ego, free and without unhealthy fear, but in love and light and grace and compassion. Say yes to receive. Create it now.
Wow, that you know how to step out of the karmic cycle of lack and suffering and unworthiness. That you know you are worthy. You are worthy in every cell of your body to move forward in alignment with the highest perspective, in abundance, in peace, in compassion, in intention, in the highest and best way. Say yes to receive. Oh, allowing whatever is being released right now with that, knowing to be released, allowing yourself to see anything released, any karmic money issues or suffering issues or relationship issues that are ready to leave, just allowing that to release all that pain, that you know how to do that and you can, and that you do as you choose. Create that now.
Balancing the karmic scales where applicable as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to ask, command, and request that any and all emotions, negative emotions or feelings, any and all things that no longer serve you at this time in your life. We are going to ask, command, and request that they be released into Creator's light to be healed with love and light, and that you be filled with love, light, healing energy, and unconditional love, knowing what that looks like, means, feels like, and that you are worthy of having it, that it's a divine birthright to have it, and that you can and you do. With peace and ease and grace, say yes to receive.
Wow.
Create now. Bringing in the peace that surpasses all understanding, all throughout your body, through all your cells, through all your systems, releasing inflammation, swelling, any pain or discomfort, but bringing rest and peace throughout your body. Create that now.
Clearing any ancestral trauma that you've been holding in your body in any place that's ready to be released. Sending that to the light with healing. Bring unconditional love into each of those parts. Anywhere that you have pain or tightness, that you're worthy and deserving of this healing, of this love intention flowing into every cell of your body. If you'd like to receive that, say yes.
Knowing that you are safe and protected in every area and aspect of your life. That as you chose to be here, you are protected in your journey, healing yourself, assisting others, healing and lifting generational curses. You are safe and protected divinely. And you know what that looks like, means, and feels like from Creator's highest truth. Just say yes. Create it now.
When I'm hearing that you know how to do that with peace and ease,
Yes.
that you know that it's possible to heal in this way with peace and ease, that you can move forward on your path in peace and ease, even as you are connected and healing the different layers, that you can do it safely with joy and peace and ease. Oh, that you know what it means to be in alignment with your divine timing. And you know what that feels like in that highest and best way with peace and ease. And that you're worthy and deserving of everything with peace and ease. And if you'd like to receive that in the highest and best way, that you know what all of that feels like and that is possible, create that now.
That you know what it looks like, means, and feels like to have true joy in your life. That you know what joy feels like as that energy softly moves through your body, mind, and spirit with peace and ease from Creator's highest perspective. If you'd like to know what joy feels like, just say yes and create that now, downloading that into every cell of your body, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and everything in between. Create it now.
And that you know that you are worthy of kindness and that your cells know how to receive kindness, that you deserve kindness and nurturing and comfort in safety from divine, from friendships, from connection, from family, and from yourself, that you are worthy and deserving of that. And every cell of your body knows what that feels like and knows also how to be kind in the highest and best way, bringing in that virtue into every cell of your body. Create that now. And you have the discernment and wisdom of knowing how to trust, when to trust,
And who to
how to
trust.
set boundaries. Yes, absolutely. And who to trust. And you know how to do that through divine perspective in the highest and best way. Every cell of your body, say yes to receive. Mm. Mm. Clearing anything released from the field, sending it to the light, and filling every cell of your body with unconditional love. Pure harmony and love. Moving through as you choose to receive in every cell of your body, into all parts and aspects of you, through all timelines, dimensions, and realities. Bring a wave of unconditional love for you. If you choose to accept, say yes. Mhm. All right. And anchoring this all in, grounding it all in to the center of the earth, into your heart, to your mind and your higher mind, to your high heart, to your chakras, your DNA, your cells, to all points of yourself, anchoring it all in and grounding it, allowing you to process with peace and ease in the highest and best way. Allowing yourself to see a rinse, a shower of pure white light flowing over you through every cell of your body, rinsing off all of our energies, separating all of our energies, and sending your light straight down from that pillar, down through your body, down into the earth, grounding this healing in. And bringing it back up into your heart space. And when you're ready, take a deep breath and you can open your eyes.
Just a minute. Frankie's he wants out.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So my phone shut down during that. I'm telling you, electronics are being interesting. So I can't see if anybody is texting or not.
Not at the moment. For anybody that jumped on in the middle or towards the end, this will be posted so you can go back and listen. And for anybody, Don Little says, beautiful, thank you. Diana said that was phenomenal. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, ladies. Again, if anybody missed any part of it, it'll be out there. You can go listen. For whoever
Absolutely.
to hear that. I feel like somebody did.
Yep.
But
okay. Well, we love you guys. So we're just gonna, do you want to close it real quick? Since we did call in all the peeps?
Sure. Darla said, awesome. Thank you from Clinton. Nice. So we're just going to ask, command, and request, creator of all that is, that we be disconnected from everyone's energy. We give much gratitude, thanks, and unconditional love to our angels, ancestors, and guides. We thank you, and we are so ever so grateful, thankful, and blessed that you're here to help, give messages of encouragement, love, to hold space, and give guidance in the way that was best for all tonight. Thank you, amen, and aho.
Amen. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a beautiful evening.